Crafts to sell in a crisis. In this uncertain time, I want to talk about the options available to self-employed crafty people. What can we do with our shops or to continue making a living? As I see it, we have three options: carry on, diversify, or pause. So option one, carry on. Some people are doing all right. Etsy has announced that they're spending $5 million on extra advertising till the end of the month, and that does seem to be bringing in some sales for some people. And also many bricks and mortar shops are closed at the minute, so people can only do a lot of their shopping online. And if your postal service is still open in the country that you're on, then it can be great. You could be doing really well. But that's not the case for everyone. So let's think about diversifying. I want to think about the different things that people might be buying just now. Obviously, first of all, health-related items. Etsy's announced that it's allowing people to make and sell face masks. Now, be aware of the regulations in your country for that. Some places might be happier with handmade face masks, others not so much. And also always make sure and announce what level of protection your face masks are. They're unlikely to be medical grade. But for individuals, a face mask can be that little extra bit of protection or even just security. And you don't have to think out with the niche of your shop. If you've got some funky fabrics there that cater to your niche, go for it. There's always people there that are going to want something a bit pretty to go with the aesthetic of what they're wearing, or the folks with a bit of gallows humour going on and want something a bit dark. Go for it, make something a bit different. And also into the health related things, think about things like pocket-sized hand sanitizers and soaps. All these things are important and people have had trouble getting hold of them. So if you can create things like that, this might be a good time for it. DIY garden and household things. So many people are stuck indoors just now and are taking the opportunity either to fix up their garden, do a bit of DIY in the house, or pretty up their house a bit. So if you can create items catering to any of these groups, if you have seeds left over from last year, if you're an avid gardener, you could sell seed packs. If you've got extra plant pots, even compost can be hard to get hold of just now. So if it's possible, look into what you can do here. Things to do. People, again, who are stuck in with their kids or stuck in by themselves have a lot more time on their hands than usual and are looking for things to do. Can you create craft kits or tutorials for them? Either activities they can do with the rest of the family or activities they can learn for themselves. And people might be building up their own shops just now. So, are you a craft hoarder? I know lots of people are. This might be the perfect time to get rid of some of the extra crafting stuff you've got lying about. Lots of shops are struggling getting hold of the supplies that they usually get. If people have ordered lots in the past from China, obviously it's taken a bit of time for China to get up and running. So they might be looking to buy supplies from the same country as them so they can get them in quickly. So have you hoarded some supplies? Or can you make the things that potentially people don't buy because they can get cheaper in another country, but they might appreciate the handmade local from you? Gifts. Can your items be gifts? As time goes on, people have birthdays or they just want to cheer up a friend. Can your item be ordered by someone and sent somewhere else? Be gifted to somebody else? Because people are not able to get to the shops like they used to, it's very likely that they'll turn to handmade. So especially if you can personalise your items for that person, that makes them even more extra special. And finally, treats for themselves. We all need a little something to cheer ourselves up. So whether it's an extra item of clothing, a little accessory, or even foodstuffs, what can you make that could be a treat for someone? And remember, if you're diversifying, firstly, I don't believe there's going to be a whole lot of negative if you pop these up in your Etsy shop. You could also open a second Etsy shop or sell on a different platform for these different products. eBay springs to mind as a great place to get started quickly if you're just wanting to sell out things that you don't usually sell. And the third option for what you can be doing just now is pause. Some people are now at home trying to educate their children, trying to do all the things, and keeping the shop running as well might just be too much. And that's not a bad thing. If you need to take time off, do that. You have to look after yourself first. Or if you're just building up your shop, at the minute in time you might not have the free cash to invest in your shop. You can't afford the advertising, you can't afford to put in the money for the listings or to buy supplies. The minute in time, that's okay. If Etsy isn't your main income, just forget about it just now. Or you simply just don't feel like it. As I've said before, at the minute in time, things are super weird. It's okay not to be okay sometimes. If you need to take some time off, if you just want to binge Netflix for 3 weeks, do it. It's okay to take a break. So if you don't feel like it, you don't feel inspired, although crafting can be a solace to many people, if it's not, if it's a stress for you, don't do it. It's okay to put your shop on vacation. Lots of other sellers are having to do that just now. So I don't see there'll be too much of a hit, and you should be able to get your momentum built back up once you feel like running your shop again. Or at the same time, if you're swamped by too many sales or too many that you can't cope with, it's okay to switch off advertising. It's okay to deactivate some listings to slow your sales down to a pace that you're comfortable with. And if your sales have dropped, or for whatever reason you're not able to make the income and you're selling your crafty items was your #1 source of income, check with your local government. Check and find out what help might be available to you at this time. I'll leave a link to eRank Group to a post where they've pulled together as many of these different articles from different countries as possible. Okay everyone, stay safe, stay as crafty as you can, and I hope that helps.